How do you make choices in your life? What do you choose? Do you see how each thing chosen has an impact one way or another? Do you recognize that such things are worth your consideration? We suggest this to be so, for wouldn't you want to factor in this impactful message when in recognition of what it seeks to impart? You see, there are many layers and understandings that are in the mix of life, and we seek to share a bit more now. Our planet is now undergoing a massive reconfiguration and clearing after the latest solstice transmissions. We are now preparing to support the next wave during these 2 months in our unique way, as we all have different purposes. Earth is now being cleared within the violet ray spectrum many of you are aware of, clearing many artificial inserts in new locations that now allow this work. We are now moving into a phase of profound planetary anchoring, expansion of these new Earth transmissions, and stabilization. Within this planetary clearing in which the violet ray has an important part in transmuting certain inorganic planetary structures, many of you violet ray keepers find yourselves immersed in the task of holding this violet spectrum within yourselves, acting as filters wherever you go or are located, as living violet ray transmitters and transmutators. What lies beyond the envelope which contains the universe? The universe was created by infinite being, the original consciousness. It created physical space along with the other dimensions, which make up a working universe. These other dimensions, measurable variables of existence, include time, energy, and consciousness at the human level of expression. So it makes sense that physical space would extend no farther than the edges of the created universe. Beyond those edges, there is only consciousness. Matter cannot exist outside of the edges of the universe because it was the universe that provided the framework for the formation of matter. There is no physical matter, no space, no time, and no energy outside of the universe. So what's left? What could possibly exist outside of the envelope of the universe? Understand that today many are so trapped in mind games and mental aspirations that they do not know what they might otherwise be in search of. They seek the next best thing that the mind can craft and anticipate. But do you see the flaw there? Do you see what is worth seeing now? Do you seek that which we suggest will be of merit? It is that the mind produces quests and requests that are not of the scope or measure they might otherwise be. They are not of the value you might suppose them to be. We suggest that they are not that and are more lowly than you might suppose. They are not a highly coveted objective, which is what we wish for you to know. They are more baseline and lowly and not of the worth you are worthy of. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of working on the rehabilitation of your seventh dimensional channels, your fascia and nervous system, as you filter what is not yours to carry, only neutralizing it as you too process your own personal galactic and human trauma, which can collapse the nervous system as we help in the clearing of the many Earth's past timelines that are now being cleared, removing as well the false fifth dimensional ascension ones. Many of you still have soul fragments trapped within Lemurian, Atlantean, or others. Remember the importance of having a physical anchor with you as you practice soul retrieval, which can be a trained person who knows how to bring you back from these traumatic timelines, or any other crystal or a non-physical guide who can assist you in healing from the present moment as you heal parallel timelines. Your nervous system is programmed to help you survive, so as you filter trauma, whether from Earth past timelines or your own personal one, It will not differentiate whether it is happening now or not, as it works simultaneously. Consciousness is the next frontier of science. Everything in the universe is made of it. Consciousness is the elusive factor in the mysteries of quantum physics. It makes subatomic particles manifest in physical reality. Without consciousness, subatomic particles simply don't materialize out of the pre-physical world of quantum energy. It takes consciousness to manifest the illusion of physicality. There can be nothing outside of the universe of space, time, and energy other than consciousness. The ultimate and primordial state of consciousness is infinite being. Before infinite being created the universe, there was only consciousness. In fact, there still is only consciousness, because energy forms matter, and consciousness forms the energy that runs the universe. The illusions of space and time are but facets of consciousness. Space, time, and energy are merely props upon the stage of this vividly realistic theater of life. Life is basically consciousness. You see, what the mind conjectures and suggests isn't at the level you might want or prefer. For what it seeks to attain cannot and is not of the lasting value you might otherwise strive toward. Do you see this? Do you see that when you steadfastly work toward an objective that is tangible and physical, that it is of no true measure? You cannot take any of these things with you, and so what is the point of that? Do you see that which you and your soul might instead seek is one of purpose? It is that measure that we wish for you to focus upon. When you focus in this regard, then you take much more with you when you depart this life. Isn't that noteworthy to consider now? Isn't that something that you might want to now know? Recognize that much today is not sought in that way. Here, the gratification is sought in a tangible way. It is in a more physical regard that much is aspired towards. And we would say to focus here and not there. Focus on those noteworthy aspirations and their considerations. Do not become mired in something that will have no lasting and worthwhile characteristics, resulting in a way of measure. Consider this to be of measure rather than attainment that is not attained in a significant or more long-lasting way. So every time you clear a painful memory or a trauma is revived, it will be in alert mode, trying to find ways to control the situation. If we surrender and teach our mind and nervous system how to discern and filter these memories, rather than immersing ourselves in them, letting them go as we clear them, we can achieve balance while we continue acting as planetary filters, transmuting and neutralizing without becoming part of what is not ours to carry. This is an important passage for all of us, whether at a personal, planetary level, or both, as we all are shifting in such an accelerated way that we may lose focus on what is important, what is authentic, or what is part of the many distractions to disturb our field and main purpose. Everything has shifted. Listen to your personal guidance as the best compass to follow. The energies are not the same every year. Planet Earth is now receiving illumined transmissions that go further than the typical Syrian connection, which we can always connect with from within ourselves and our DNA. We are already in a totally different phase. Move inward to discern what is real to you from what is part of the many spiritual delusions, repetitions, and distortions that are inserted in the spiritual community. Do you see that choices in this life are significant? Will you choose this over that? What will be chosen is up to you to ferret out. It is up to you to know if what you choose is that which is of merit or more low-lying fruit that will not carry you from here to there in the manner you might otherwise suppose. Be the wise custodian of all that travels between the mental suppositions that are imposed in this way. Recognize and be more than you were yesterday and less than you will be tomorrow. Choose better thinking thoughts. Stay positive. Redirect the mind into positive ambitions that you want and desire. Do you know what we suggest? Choose friends that are uplifting and inspiring. Choose better dietary considerations. Choose expansiveness over struggle. Consider this now without the mind weighing in to change your objectives and aspirations. Consider things that are intangible. Consider those things that move you in a spiritual way. Choose wisely. We all have our time. This is part of our evolution, to distill old truths, embody new ones, and continue integrating new wisdom in a never-ending evolutionary spiral. The more coherence, soul-aligned, and heart-mind balanced you are, the more you will know the truth and your purpose for this unique time. Your purpose, the details of it, will not come from the outside, only in-depth communion with your soul. Thank you for your willingness to continue being an authentic love light emissary. May you have a loving, healing, and expansive passage, beloveds.